Most of the Apple fans will agree that they buy the iPhone not for the impressive features but for the experience. The latest iPhone X does not fail to deliver this experience, which was essentially missing on the previous models. The new display, Face ID, camera, and the design holistically contributes to this new experience. I've used the iPhone X as my daily driver for 3 months, and here is how the phone has aged. Having used the iPhone 6 and 7 Plus in the past, switching to the iPhone X so far has been a satisfying experience. The display is the biggest standout feature for iPhone X, with its new edge-to-edge screen up front. The near bezel-less 5.8-inch OLED display offers better colors and improved contrast ratio. But if you are someone coming from the punchy saturated display of Samsung flagships, this might not seem that astounding. Nonetheless, it's a great display. There will be no new iPhone release without some controversy, and this time around, it is related to the display itself. Well, not the entire display, but just that top portion where that awful notch is located. And it is going to stand out as a constant irritant when you are watching videos on this phone. Well, that for a couple of weeks at least. But over the period of 3 months, I have grown to get used to it, and it doesn't bother much like it used to. And not having it would have been miles better overall. Unoptimized apps that do not have notch support just adds a black border on top and bottom portion, cinching the full display view. The iPhone X also has a new camera placement on the left, placed vertically. The dual 12-megapixel camera both have optical image stabilization, making it ideal for low-light conditions and shooting videos. At first glance, the images looked outstanding to my eyes, but upon comparing it with the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, what I found out was the whites have a yellow tone to it. And when shooting an yellow object, it will boost up the color and turn it into orange. The dynamic range is commendable along with good contrast. I was very much satisfied with the image I took with this phone during the daytime, as it will always look close to natural without any boost in saturation. When it comes to low light, the details are good, but highlights are a bit off. But still, you won't be disappointed with the results. The 7-megapixel front-facing true depth camera takes fine selfies with good lighting. Images from the front are also natural looking, but at times it tends to saturate the brown skin tone to make it more orange. The bokeh selfies were not accurate at first, but over time it has gotten better at edge detection to get a proper depth of field effect. The new Face ID is near to flawless. It has lower failure rate compared to the Touch ID. It works great on bright sunlight, dark no light, and with or without style accessories. I haven't had any major issues in all these months and feel that pros of Face ID outweigh the pros of Touch ID, although I would have preferred a Touch ID at the side or the back. One cool Face ID feature that I liked was the ability to read lock screen notification only by the owner. Another important contributor to this new experience is the reliance on gesture to navigate. Even if it took me a few hours to get used to it, it now feels like second nature to me. I do not miss the iconic home button. However, I believe that much more can be done with gestures to improve accessibility. Performance-wise, the A11 Bionic is still the fastest chip on any smartphone. I do not feel any lag or issues when using a performance-heavy app or games for that matter. Also, with 3 GB of RAM, multitasking between loads of apps wasn't an issue. I consider myself as a moderate user, and a full charge on its 2716 mAh battery gives me enough to last for a day, and this includes apps, GPS, social media, music, camera and more. The iPhone X finally supports fast charging that will charge the device up to 50% within 30 minutes. But you must buy a separate charging brick, which is too expensive. It is also worth mentioning that I had some moderate heating issues with the phone. Lack of optimization of different apps could be at play, but the good news is it's fixed now. When it comes to the most premium flagships in Nepal, you either have the option of Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus or the iPhone X. The iPhone X is the way to go if you are tied up with the Apple ecosystem. But if you want the value in the money you are paying, then consider this. The S9 and the S9 Plus comes with 1-year breakage insurance, which will give you a sound sleep, making sure you are covered if you run into some mishaps with your phone. Turning to the iPhone X, if you happen to break the screen, then hear this. You have to pay Rs 80,000. to the Apple Service Center in return to get your phone replaced with a new one. For me, most of the core assets of the Galaxy S9 and the iPhone X are somewhat similar, and I'll think twice before pouring in a huge chunk of money just for the experience per se. So that's all for my experience with the iPhone X. If you were to buy the best smartphone in Nepal, which one would you go for? Let us know in the comment section below. And next week, we are coming up with an in-depth camera comparison between the Galaxy S9 and the iPhone X. So make sure you hit that bell icon. And until next time, I'm Yankee, signing off.